Our story begins with a miniature marvel unfolding as a parade of ants marches around, choreographed by nature's unforeseen hand. They form an intricate procession until some foot had completely squished them, obliterating their intricate formation in an instant. The air is filled with a cacophony of tiny crunches as the ants are mercilessly squished beneath the weight. This relentless threat is a young boy named Kanta. With each stomp of his foot, he callously crushes the tiny creatures beneath his heel, oblivious to the devastation he leaves in his wake. That's when his mother calls for him. "Kanta, we're heading home!" Today's horror manga dub in narration is Parade of Ants. From the horror anthology 100 Ghost Stories of My Own Death by Matono Anji. If you enjoy the story at any point in time, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this chilling tale. The boy rubs his shoe against the dirt once more, and then dashes toward his mother at a tremendous speed. When they finally get home, she says to him, "Put your shoes back properly." Kanta's gaze shifts downward toward his shoes as he observes the mangled bodies of the ants clinging to the soles of his shoe, a reminder of the havoc he brought upon their fragile world. And instead of showing any empathy, this is soon quickly overshadowed by an indifference as he claps his shoes together, dislodging the remaining bodies and sending them tumbling to the ground below. He walks into their house, toward the television set, and begins to laugh. But that is when he notices something on the flashing lights on the TV. Huh? As he takes a closer look, he notices once again one of those pitiful creatures. It's an ant that struggles to traverse about the screen. What? He places his hand closer toward it, and with a swift motion, he completely squishes the ant as its lifeless body sticks to the screen. Then he swiftly grabs a tissue, using it carefully to pick up the remains before tossing them into a trash bin nearby. "Kanta, time for dinner!" "Coming!" "I made your favorite today, omelet rice. Yay!" But as he runs toward it, he notices something peculiar. A small ant crawling about on his plate. "What the? Again?" He uses the tissue to squish this one once more, but then he notices there's more. Why? Hey, what are you doing over there? Mom, look at my plate. There are... With a sudden jolt, Kanta's appetite is replaced by a gut-wrenching realization as he realizes the horrible truth. A swarm of ants, not content with merely exploring his plants, have made its way onto his food, crawling over every morsel with relentless determination. He lets out a noise in shock. Huh? What's wrong? Ants! There are ants! Ants? But as he looks down, He realizes that they are all now gone, and all that remain is his favorite dish.
What the heck? Jeez, what's gotten into you? You'd better hurry and eat before it gets cold.
He takes a bite, expecting the familiar taste of his meal, but instead, his senses are assaulted by a mass of tiny bodies. In an instant, his mouth is overrun by a seething swarm of ants, their tiny legs scrambling all over his tongue. Shock and revulsion grip him as he realizes the extent of the intrusion. Each tiny creature, a grotesque reminder of the horrible things he once did to those creatures. He tries to gag them out as they tingle down his tongue.
Kanta?
He runs toward the sink, turning on the water and dousing his mouth underneath. As his body begins to shiver and water droplets drip down his face, he ever so slowly makes his way out of the bathroom. But once again, he encounters a horrible parade of ants. His body begins to tremble in fear as he says,
Why? Where are they coming from? What are they carrying?
He takes a closer look as they shuffle about the floor, as he's still unable to identify what is in their mouths. Fear plagues his face as they begin to swarm about his body. He stomps about, but it's too late. They're now on his hands too. In a sudden surge of panic, Kanta feels the ants crawling up his fingers, their tiny legs tickling his skin as they traverse his palms with alarming speed, and soon up his arms too. Horror grips him as he realizes their relentless advance, their intent clear, as they begin to emerge from a burrow in his arm. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members. Sarah De Jesus, Motosurf, Leo, Dason Animus, Myuu, Rich Harris, Andre Wolf, and Tanya M. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.